Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday morning. Yes, I am in my basement, and I'll explain that in a few moments. I was looking forward to this morning. I got a lot of different things I would like to share with you, and then I'll also report on how my first week went using my calendar and weighing in Friday mornings before I join you folks. But first, let me start off about why I'm a little excited about today, because today, surprisingly enough, marks my 19th anniversary as a TOPS member. Yeah, 19 years ago, I joined TOPS and never realized how bad shape I was in, physically, emotionally, mentally, the whole package. And I can honestly say today that 19 years later, I'm a better person all the way around. I'm healthier. I feel better. I think I've got a grasp on most of my emotions, and we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, 19 years, and I find it remarkable. Um, Last week, after I announced that I had weighed myself and wrote it down on the calendar, and that every Friday I would announce my success or failure of the week, I needed, obviously, to reflect. I needed to go back to the basics. Hence, one reason I'm in my basement. You got to start at the bottom. Whenever you got to get the beginning or the bottom and start over. And that's what I needed to do. I needed to start over. Uh, Over 19 years, I had picked up a lot of information in TOPS, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but why wasn't I doing it? So I settled in and tried to figure out what I was missing. And then, so I have a pedometer on my phone, and I realized looking at the steps, there were some days that I just didn't get up from my desk. I was working and not paying attention to anything, and there were some days I barely got 1,000 steps. Now, right there, we know is not going to help anybody's progress going forward if they're trying to lose weight and get healthy. So that's one thing I needed to do to increase my steps. And luckily, this week I was able to do that. I had some days that were over 5,000, yay. One day I hit 15,000. That was the day of a snowstorm, and I decided to put the snowblower away, and I just shoveled the driveway. So those were the things. I knew this stuff, and I had to go back to the basics and increase the steps. The other thing I realized as I reflected on what was going wrong and what I was not paying attention to what I had learned was I was eating late into the night, not sleeping well. So, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, wander to the kitchen. Yeah, those steps don't count. Wandering into the kitchen and eating. It was foolish. And I realized had increased my carb intake. Here in Maine, we call it carbs, but and that's been my downfall. So I needed to focus on eating more sensibly at the right times and kind of cut back on the carbs. So I said, okay, that's what I got to do. Then, you think you've seen it all, and you think, okay, I've got it. I saw something posted in Facebook that hit me. From a brand new member who started this year, she had her weigh-in last night, and congratulations, Sarah. Sarah posted last week, and I read it right after I had done my chat with you folks, said this at the end of her post, and I think it's just remarkable. She said, I am striving for progress, not perfection. How powerful are those words? I am striving for progress, not perfection. And I think sometimes that's what we try to do. We try to get it. We're going to do this correctly all the time, and we know we're not going to be able to do it correctly all the time. But we've got to strive for progress. And that's what I did this week, and I thank you, Sarah. Thank you very, very much. It put me back in the basement. It got me back to thinking. And another thing that I realized going back in the basement is my office is on the second floor. It is 60 steps from my desk to this spot in the basement, which means when I finally go back up, that's a total of 120 steps. Doesn't sound like much, but if I do that 5, 6, 7 times during the day, plus my other walking around, that's going to help me get my steps. Plus the fact that it's going upstairs 2 flights. And sometimes if I'm brave, I'll run up the stairs, and then I'll have to wait before I answer the phone because I don't have my breath. So, but that's what I focused on this week, and I'll let you know how it worked in a moment. So, putting those two things in motion, I think, what else? What else do I need? And this morning, a lovely lady from Tennessee jumped on Facebook and said that she had noticed when she was doing resumes that our meetings, being in touch with each other, is extremely important, and she noticed that on the weight charts from people having great success, and then all of a sudden, because we couldn't meet, people are struggling. Good point. And that's what we know that sets us apart, the connectivity that we have in TOPS. That's what sets us apart from Jenny, Marie, and Oprah, quite frankly. And that's what I'm missing. And so we're trying to connect in various ways. And I felt that that's what I was talking about last week, about how this is just one way I can stay connected with part of TOPS Nation, realizing that this isn't reaching all our members, but it's reaching some, and it's working for me, and I'm hoping it's working for you. I had a dream once that I was actually Zooming with Oprah, Marie, and Jenny, and we were discussing the good and the bad of our programs. And everybody has a decent part of their program, but I kept on coming back to the fact that what sets us apart is the connectivity and the support that we offer. And I also told them that if I had half their budget, I could make sure more of us would be connected. But I woke up and I'm thinking, I didn't get the money that I wanted from them, but maybe someday. But you know, we don't have to spend a lot to get a lot. We can just use the tools that we have, the tools that we know, the basic information that TOPS has given us all these years, to apply them and use these vehicles to stay connected. So I'm anxiously waiting to run up the stairs and get back to work. I realize that I've got to push away from my desk more often throughout the day. So if you send me an email or a phone call, I don't get to it right away. That's because I'm going up and down the stairs, because I have to work myself up to at least 10,000 guaranteed a day. So I got to break that habit and get into that. But I realize that I'm only striving for progress and not perfection. So I hope some of you wrote down your weight last Friday and weighed yourself this Friday and to see how you did. That's a way we can stay accountable. And I'm pleased to let you know that in my first week of this, I lost 7 pounds. That's not unusual for me when I work the program. I can lose a lot in the first few weeks, then I kind of stable off, and then I'll average 1 or 2 pounds a week if I stay on the right path, if I make that progress. Will I get perfection? Nope. But I promise you that as eagerly I want to announce when I have a loss, I will be honest and transparent to tell you that I had a gain, and we'll try to figure out why it happened, because we're not perfect, and we should never strive for perfection. So here I am in the basement, ready to start again. We are ready, and thank you, Sarah, for putting that powerful message on Facebook. I am striving for progress, not perfection. Have a good day, folks.